Hi, how are you today? I'm just fine, thanks for asking. So what's today's topic? It's going to be Homeownership 101, home maintenance tips for you new home buyers. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, my name is Stacy Hesser, your favorite realtor here in all of Southern Oklahoma, and I've got a basic list for you guys. When I'm out on my home inspections, I like to hang out with my home inspectors and just kind of get a feel for what they're doing and what they're looking at. And through the years, I've asked them, what are some basic tips that I can do in my own house to keep my home in tip-top shape and make sure I don't have any preventative issues, let's just say that. So some of the stuff that they came up with is free or really inexpensive. So I can't wait to share them with you. So first up, that right there, folks, that is your air return for your AC unit. So air goes through that to go through and cycle through to your air conditioning unit. Something simple you can do is vacuum out those vents. And underneath there, I'm going to show you here in just 1 second, there is actually an air filter that you should replace, depending on your air quality and the quality of the filter, once every month, possibly every 3 months. So 1 month to 3 months. Check this thing out. There's some simple clips up there that we're going to undo, and I'll show you what's there. There it is. That's our air filter. Let me get up closer. You can see on here you've got some dimensions, and these are pretty easy to acquire, whether it's through, like I said, your local hardware store or even ordering one online. So change those out once every month to 3 months. Test out your smoke detectors. There's just a 9-volt battery up in there, and you hit the button and then you prepare yourself for the screeching to start, which will probably scare the cats, dogs, chickens, children, whatever you've got. Mine get tested fairly regularly whenever I make my famous blueberry muffins, because I always forget to put something underneath my pan to prevent them from spilling over onto the bottom of the stove and smoking out my kitchen. So, you know, if you want to burn things in your kitchen, you can test them that way too. You'll also want to make sure that your windows and doors are sealed properly. We got a little creative here. The garage door itself seals fine, but we ended up with this crack over here, and much to my surprise, one day we ended up with a lovely little snake inside our garage. I got a little freaked out. And we also, of course, had mice coming in and eating my dog food from time to time. So not only for critters, but also for insulating purposes, you'll want to make sure that things are sealed well. There's a lot of wind here in Oklahoma that you'll see debris come in on the windowsills too. So keep your windowsills clean, and if you ever see any little debris come in on the windowsill, that's a good indication that you have a leak and you might want to have that checked out. If you have trees around, you'll want to make sure your gutters are clear of debris. Our trees are a ways away from the... Hey, Ziggy! It's at it again, folks. He did not dump down that trash can, though. I will at least defend him on that. But anyways, you'll want to make sure your gutters are free of debris. You don't want that water flowing out and over your gutters because there's some kind of a jam in there from stuff being all logged up in there. So, like I said, I like to attend inspections, so I've seen a thing or two for my buyers or sellers, but you'll want to make sure this is free of debris. I have actually been surprised about people allowing stuff to grow up around all of this, and it can actually get into your vents there and do some damage. So just make sure this is all clear of debris. Another super easy thing to do is make sure you have pipe insulation on the pipes going through here. So again, that's a super simple and inexpensive thing to pick up from your local hardware store, and it's just got a slit on one side, so you can just pop it on and over and just tape it up with some electrical tape or duct tape or whatever. So this is a GFCI outlet, and there's actually a couple of buttons on here with some lights. So what ends up happening with your GFCI outlet is if it ever becomes overloaded for any reason, then the system will actually trip. So if you hit this test button, you can see your light's triggered now and the outlet will no longer work. So to make it work again, all you do is just firmly hit that button and you can see that your lights are now off. So GFCI outlet, folks. This is again something that's just super basic, but you might want to just every now and then check your plumbing underneath your sinks just to make sure things are dry. It's honestly something that I don't do myself very often, but if you have ever ended up with a leak underneath here, you'll thank me for it. So just sporadically feel around. If you do feel something damp under there, then just keep an eye on it. It may not be, I don't know, I'm just kind of saying, I've ended up with some weird water underneath my kitchen sink from time to time that truly ended up being nothing. If you do end up with a leak, I've got some plumbers that I could probably refer you to, and they can get you fixed back up. But like I said, just check it regularly to just kind of feel around and make sure that there's no water that's been leaking out of this. Like I said, this is a very basic list. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm not a handyman. I don't proclaim to be a handyman. So like I said, these are pretty much things that I kind of feel anybody can do. If you do end up with some issues that might require a handyman, be sure to call or text me. I'd be happy to help you out. I have a list of people that I refer out to on the regular, and I'm sure you'll be able to find somebody that would be able to help. But if you have any additional tips or tricks for things that you can do around the house to help prevent any kind of problems that might arise, please feel free to comment below. I would love to hear from you. And as always, if you liked this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you love this video and want to see this happy, smiling little face every single week, then please be sure to subscribe. But until the next time, bye!